Okay, I'm going to show you the book that I ordered from the Harrah Auto Museum in Reno, Nevada, because the woman who sold me the Scripps Booth, Mrs. Pope, she told me that she was at the auction in 1985, or was it 84? Anyway, she showed me also the paddle that they used to purchase the Scripps Booth, and I have the paddle. Anyway, this is a book of all the information on this car from the Harrah Museum. And it was purchased by a Mr. Kingston from Lancaster, and he actually put it down as a 1918 Scripps Booth, but it's not. It's a 1916 Scripps Booth, which is corrected later in the literature. And it shows this is from Nevada, 12 of 85, which is actually the transfer of the car over from Harrah to Pope. Anyway, so here's an index. Here's some notes. This is a note from Mr. Kingston to the Harrah Museum from Lancaster. And I'm going to go through this fairly quickly because there's a lot of information here. It shows in 1962 as received the color of the car, and it shows that it is a 1916 Model C. Okay, and it shows them they're cataloging this vehicle into their showroom, and it's marked as number 500. Another notation from staff. Then this goes into their index. And now this is preliminary inspection here. Okay. So these are all the notes from all the technicians that checked in the Scripps Booth. It has all the notes of any things that were missing, different, needed, etc. And this is the section on the restoration and research reports. So it gets into the historical, talks about the generator, lights, etc. Again, more information, switches, etc. about the entire operation of the car. So, and it just gets very detailed as their findings and anything that needed to be fixed or replaced. More and more and more. It's very detailed. So that's part of their research for their restoration. Excuse me. Okay, this is January of 1962. And a little bit more about the Scripps Booth. A description of the Scripps Booth, the radiator, the distributor, etc., etc. Okay. More detail. There's just a lot of information in this book. And this is, all this information is what they used to correct any things that weren't correct or needed to be repaired or replaced. Let's back up one page here. And this starts the sales documents from 1985, okay? Okay, this is August 15th, 1985. And actually, let's back up. And that notation right there was a courtesy note from the Harrah Museum to Mr. Kingston, who was the previous owner, alerting him that they were about to sell the Scripps Booth, and basically did he reserve the right to buy it back or anything. So a very nice gesture by the Harrah Museum. Okay. And there's a response from Mr. Kingston. Also, this sheet right here on the right side shows some of the cars And it shows the Scripps Booth as one of the cars that are being auctioned on this page. Okay, next page. Here's a sales verification, and it shows that it was lot number 295, bidder number 270, and I can show you the paddle that I have from that auction to Mr. George Pope. Now the last section is the sales booklet, okay? And there's your Scripps Booth sales brochure, and in the brochure it has detailed, okay, you can move, yeah, detailed information and sales information about that era of Scripps Booth. So keep going. Now, from these descriptions of the car, from their sales brochure, that's what they used to verify things were either correct or incorrect. So Harrah was very fastidious, very thorough on his restorations, and I've probably owned half a dozen or more Harrah cars. I just sold a 1930 Avon, which is a very rare car from Harrah. Anyway, here's some photographs of the Scripps Booth as they came into the Harrah Museum. They're a little fuzzy, but this is what it looked like as they received the car from the previous owner. Okay, another. Okay, that'll give you an idea of what it looked like when it came in. Okay. And the engine. And that concludes what Harrah put together for me as the history of the car from when they received it. Very cool.